Alright, hi everyone, it's Bert from Season Gaming, and we're back with another pound cable. Now we've done I believe it was a Dreamcast pound cable, and we've done a original Xbox pound cable. And what pound cable does is they create a adapter that allows you to play these old retro systems on a new modern TV with an HDMI cable. Now pound does not promise any kind of super 4K 1080p TV or anything along those lines, but they do create a signal that's better than what was originally available with the RF units. So if you remember this old bad boy here, let me get this out of the way so you can actually see what this was. This uses the old antenna signal. So some of the modern TVs actually still have these. Let me block this so it allows you to zoom in. And you can plug this into the back, and this allows you to play the old Genesis, the Super Nintendo, Nintendo, whatever. And then you would plug like your cable in here, and then you'd be able to play it. Well, this thing is no longer needed. This, funny enough, still works, which is kind of cool, but let me get rid of this. This is not important anymore. And so Pound created this new model for the Sega Genesis. Now this is just going to be the unboxing to show you what comes with this and to kind of give you some information on what's promised from Pound. My Sega Genesis is not working properly, so I can't get the video to work, but we are going to do a full review with video coming in probably mid-October, so we can kind of show you what the video quality is like, how it compares to the Xbox and the Dreamcast one that we've done already. But more than anything, we wanted to keep people informed during the release of that Sega Genesis Classic that is out this week, depending on when you're listening, maybe past couple weeks, wherever you are. But this will kind of give you what it is. So what's promised here from Pound? So first of all, it works with the Genesis 1, 2, and 3. If you're wondering what you have, this is, like I said, this is my Genesis 2. So, God, man, this thing's old. I thought it was still working. When I try to do some tests, it boots up, but doesn't actually boot the game. So it can't really do anything along those lines. This is the second one. If you remember, the original one had that round circle, and then the Genesis 3 is really small. Actually, I don't really care for the Genesis 3 very much. But so it's available for all the Genesises. It once again will work with the new modern TV HDMI, and it promises to use the high definition RGB signal. So if you're not very versed on the different kinds of signals that we got here in the States, we really got that RF unit, and that's all we pretty much got. But in different other parts of the world, RGB was the standard. It's a better, clear signal that gives you more colors. So that's kind of what's promised here, is that this signal will get all those little things, and I'll show you what that means in just a second. Maybe from a technical perspective, it would make more sense from a color perspective. I'm not going to go into the full historical, but show you what comes from there. So let's talk about what comes in here. So first of all, you get the HD link, which is what comes. You get a micro USB power cable. So some of these newer cables need to have a powered adapter that plugs into it that gives you that crisp signal. And then on the Genesis 2 and 3 to Genesis 1, you get an adapter cable. So that all comes in here. And I believe it also comes with its own HDMI cable. So pretty cool there. If you don't have an HDMI cable, there you go. You get one ready to go for you. So let's open this up, and we did take a peek already, so I'm not going to act like this is a raw opening or anything. But so here's your HDMI cable. It's long enough. It's actually pretty good. I'm not going to spend too much time there, but let's look at the guts. Let's look at what comes with this, which is pretty cool because some of the older cables don't come with anything. So here's your adapter. So depending on what kind of a Genesis you have, you get the adapter that does adapt the older Genesis with the newer ones. So this is going to be what the newer cable looks like. Here is the actual HD link, so not much to it. So this plugs into the back of the Genesis depending on what you have. You can see all these tiny little pins in here, and let me actually show you the comparison to what the old RF signal looks like. So what I was talking about earlier is here in the States and other regions, we got this lame link here, and if you look at the two differences here, let me show those up close if you can kind of see them. Let me do one at a time here. So our lame signal here only got these 3 pins, so it didn't give enough a vibrant, colorful image when you were looking at your TV. It was just a plain old lame color. In different parts of the world, they got RGB, which adds all these different pins that give you a lot more quality. So that's one of the things that you're going to get out of this Pound cable, is you're going to get the best signal that's possible for the Genesis at the time. Once again, they're not claiming 1080p, 720p, but you should be seeing some signals somewhere in the roundabout of 480p, somewhere along those lines, depending on the game and depending what you're doing, but it should upscale near that. How does the cable work? So here is the micro USB that I mentioned. You would plug this into the actual HD link, and then you would plug that into the TV, or if you have another power source. And here's where the HDMI would plug in, and this would go to the actual TV, and that's how you're getting that signal. So let me get that out of the way. And lastly, you get a, I believe this is around 6 feet is what we got on the press release from Pound, but this actually powers the HD link, and this comes with it as well. So pretty simple. Let me actually just show you the back of the Genesis, just to show you what this would look like. So here, let me see if I can zoom in a little bit better there. All right, so here is the power adapter, and here is going to be your AV out. So theoretically, this is the HD link, and let me find those teeth. There you go, I actually found it pretty quick. This literally just plugs into the back of the Genesis. Once again, you're going to want to power that, with that small micro USB, and then this goes to your HDMI TV, and boom, you would get started at that point playing with an HDMI cable. So this is a pretty cool piece of hardware that you're getting at this point in time. If you're a big Genesis person, this is probably exactly what you're looking for. Like I said, depending on where you are in the world, you're probably going to be seeing a lot better of a picture than you saw back in the day. Regarding scan lines and all that stuff, I don't have any information for you at the current time, mainly because we have not tested it and we can't give you the full actual detail about that. But we're going to do more of that coming in October when we can do some more testing with a working Genesis. Once again, my apologies there, but treat this more as an unboxing, more informational for you. So this is out already. You can pick it up off Amazon. It does retail for $29.99. If you follow Limited Run Games, they sell a bunch of these Pound HDMI links. You can read some of the comments there to see if it's something that works really well for you. Some of the things that I've read, just to share that with you, is there's no lag whatsoever that was detected. A lot of people are raving about just the crisp picture that they're getting on their Genesis that they never had before. And they're also mentioning that it's region free. So back in the day, we used to have PAL signals versus NTSC signals. This thing will automatically convert everything for you based on the TV that you're working with. So a lot better time to use TV signals than what used to be in the 90s and 80s and stuff like that. So if you have any other questions for us, please leave them in the comments below. We are going to be once again doing a full review with video and everything coming in October, but hopefully this really kind of makes it aware for you, lets you know what's out there from Pound as a solution. If you're a big retro gamer, this might be exactly what you're looking for to make this purchase make a lot more sense for that $30 price point. Anyways, thanks for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe, and have a great one.